Welcome to Shorthand Hangover, Allahabad High Court APS Series C, Exercise 4, at the speed of 110 words per minute. Be ready? Start. The best laid schemes of mice and men often go awry. A seemingly well planned loot motivated by avarice turned sour with death, nay murder, of the house owner. Technology led to the arrest of the accused, both the perpetrators and the conspirators, who are left counting the bars. Foresight in vain, argues the prosecution, relying on the direct evidence as also the circumstantial to plug the guilt on the accused, seven in number. The eighth accused was acquitted by the trial court. Stop para. The prosecution sought to establish that to obtain finance for the business ventures of A1 and A3, they conspired to loot the deceased, a relative and an affluent person of the locality. In furtherance of such conspiracy hatched by all the accused A1 and A3, as a measure of reconnaissance, visited the house of the deceased on the pretext of inviting him to the wedding of A1's cousin. A1 and A3, being close relatives of the deceased, were welcomed with open hands when they observed and assimilated the strategic features of the residence of the deceased. The said accused, having obtained general information about the security measures employed, engaged A2 and A4 to A7 for the connected cases actual commission of offence. A2 and A4 to A7 being total strangers to the inmates on the night of 4/8/2013, an auspicious day in the Islamic calendar, trespassed into the house of the deceased. Inside the house, they unleashed violence on the deceased after binding and smothering him with masking tape. Having incapacitated the men of the house, they turned on his family and wife and children. They bound the wife and children and threatened and assaulted them, demanding money and gold. The accused were arrested on various days, starting with A3 and immediately thereafter A1. What led to their arrest is the investigation carried on of the mobiles used in the area at the relevant time. Stop para. We find it necessary to examine the history of TIP, judicially recognized to be a part of the investigation. The TIP, which established the identity of the accused, is relevant under Section 9 of the Evidence Act. The procedure, however, is not statutorily prescribed, and many states have manual of instructions regulating the procedure, especially since it has been consistently held by binding precedents that it only aids the investigation and ensures its correct direction. The need to conduct TIP as soon as possible after the arrest and in conditions conducive to fair connected cases, elucidation of truth were emphasized. It was noticed that though there are no statutory rules prescribed, useful guidelines were available in the Manual of Instructions for the guidance of magistrate in the Madras state, issued by the High Court of Judicature at Madras, which was reprinted in Kerala with the permission of the High Court of Madras. Stop para. There remains to consider the legal status of an identification memo prepared on the one hand by a magistrate of the first class or a magistrate of the second class specially empowered, and on the connected cases other by the remaining kinds of magistrates. It is therefore evidence given before any officer authorized by law to take such evidence. In consequence, Section 80 of the Evidence Act applies, whereunder the court must presume the genuineness of the memo. Stop.